Genergy commercial training.
Good morning. Today we're going to conduct commercial and technical training on the different types of Genergy electric generators. It will be training with considerably basic concepts and on a basic user level, but it will help you to select in a much more accurate way the equipment that best suits the needs of your customer. Remember that a satisfied customer will always be our primary target. So let us get satisfied customers and check the power of your word of mouth. Let's get started.
It goes without saying, but let us start by describing an electrical generator as a machine that transforms mechanical energy into electricity. This initial mechanical energy will be obtained through four-stroke combustion engines, one of the two most important parts that make up a generator. These engines are going to be fed by different types of fuels. The most common will be conventional 95-octane gasoline, but we can also find options for diesel or even propane and butane gases. The other essential part of an electric generator, alongside the engine, is the alternator. The alternator is composed of an outer body called a stator or an armature, and an inner mobile called a rotor or an inductor that rotates when driven by the force of the combustion engine. Thanks to excitation through brushes, a magnetic field is generated between both bodies, which as a result causes the production of an alternating current. Another especially important function of the alternators will be the regulation and stabilization of the voltage, avoiding oscillations that could endanger the connected devices. To achieve maximum stability and quality of current, we will use voltage regulators called AVR, SVR, or an inverter. These devices will protect from possible variations, even in the event of sudden or intermittent power demands. The control panel is another important part of the generator, where we will find the generator's start-stop buttons, the different electrical outlets, the overload or short circuit protections, grounding, informative displays of the parameters of use, or the start contacts in the case of automatic generators. Other important parts to consider would be the quality of the frame, the transport kit, the battery, or the fuel tank. Determining generator types. When selling a generator, it is essential to know as accurately as possible what it will be used for during its life, and more specifically the hours it will be running for daily. So first, we need to determine if the customer will need it throughout the working day, for sporadic uses during the day, or for automatic uses without their presence. The most common will be that the customer's needs are either sporadic or interrupted, so we will opt for a portable generator with a 3000 RPM revolutions per minute engine. This segment will be the main focus for most of the sales, and potentially where we will find the need for other alternative units. At Genergy, we manufacture standard generators with a gasoline engine from 1 up to 18 kilowatts, inverter generators with a gasoline engine from 1 to 7.5 kilowatts, portable diesel generators from 3 to 7 kilowatts, and propane gas generators from 3 to 7 kilowatts. Depending on the quality of the different ranges, the maximum time that these generators will be able to work for continuously is around 5 to 7 hours, and they can be used either domestically or professionally. If the customer requires a unit that can work uninterrupted for long periods, we should opt for a generator with a 1500 RPM engine. These units work with diesel engines and are normally high-powered. At Genergy, we manufacture generator sets from 10 kVA up to 350 kVA in both open and soundproof versions and single or three-phase units. For these cases, Genergy recommends that you seek advice from our technical or sales department, as they are very high value equipment and there are logistical complications too. So we must find and offer the most efficient and precise solution on a case-by-case basis. These generators are intended for professional, public, outdoor, emergency and rental uses. Finally, we will find customers who require automatic generators that can be used conventionally. They can start or stop by themselves and will often be installed for protection against possible power outages and as an auxiliary source of load in photovoltaic installations. Our generators incorporate all the automatisms in the control panel itself, so it's not necessary to install external panels that will only make installation more expensive and difficult. At Genergy, we manufacture this type of generator in both low power with gasoline engines between 6 and 8 kVA, as well as high power diesel generators from 10 up to 350 kVA. Determine the power required. The required power of the generator to best suit our client's needs will be calculated by adding the maximum power of all the appliances that we can keep connected at the same time and increasing that number by 20%. We recommend a margin of 20% because it's not recommended that generators work continuously above 85% of their potential load. Working with loads below 80% increases the life of your generator and results in significant fuel savings. The appliances to be connected are divided into two groups, resistive or inductive. For resistive appliances, lighting, TVs, hi-fis and electronics in general, the power consumption will be indicated on the nameplate of the appliance in a uniform way from the moment it is switched on until it is switched off. Inductive appliances are motor-driven appliances that need extra power at startup. This excess power demand is for a very small time, but it's essential to take it into account or we won't be able to start our equipment correctly. As we said before, once we have calculated the maximum necessary power obtained from the sum of all the devices to be connected, both resistive and inductive, we will increase the power obtained by an extra 20% to avoid overworking the generator. As an example, if we have calculated a required nominal power of 4000 watts, we will go to a 5 to 5,500 watt group. This oversizing allows us to work around the nominal power of the generator, which will allow us to save a significant amount of fuel as well as increase the longevity of the machine. Remember to always check the power rating of a generator on its datasheet. It is quite a common mistake to confuse the name of the generator with the real power. Do not assume that the generator Mod Pepito 4000 is a generator of 4000 watts of power, because it is quite common to use this data to confuse customers. At Genergy, our nominal and maximum power ratings are 100% real, and you won't find this a problem in any case. Determine power quality. Voltage. In Spain, we will use two types of voltages, three-phase and single-phase. Three-phase 380 to 400 volt units are normally reserved for high power and industrial equipment, intended for professional or business customers and to connect to large motors, machines or pumps. Single-phase units have the most common voltage, 220 to 240 volts, and these will make up the bulk of our sales as they suit the needs of a wide range of customers. In Spain, we usually use these two types of voltages in alternating current generators. Frequency. Another fundamental factor in the quality of the electricity produced by a generator is frequency. In both voltages, the energy varies from positive to negative in constant cycles called Hertz, which is the unit of measurement we use to determine the frequency. In Spain and most of Europe, we work at a frequency of 50 Hz, and our generator must keep this parameter stable to guarantee and protect the connected appliances. Voltage quality. The voltage and frequency of a generator can generate different oscillations, ups and downs, when subjected to intense or intermittent load variations. These oscillations can damage the connected equipment, and to avoid them, there are different voltage regulators or protectors on the market. Condenser. The regulation by a capacitor is of low precision and can reach voltage variations of up to 20% or even higher, with a high risk of damaging equipment. However, it also withstands voltage surges, which allows for extra power for starting inductive equipment. At Genergy, we do not recommend or use this system in any of our generators, although there are manufacturers that continue to use them. AVR. The AVR system, which is widely used in the market, limits these oscillations to approximately 5%, which allows the safe connection of most devices on the market. In the event of an overload, it cuts the voltage to protect the equipment. SVR. The new SVR system implemented by Genergy in 2020 was a world first in the professional ranges. It has all the advantages of the AVR, but can withstand and manage overloads that allow us to start inductive equipment of much higher power than equipment with AVR. With this device at Genergy, we can combine the benefits offered by the AVR and the capacitor at the same time. Inverter. The highest quality voltage option is offered by inverter regulators that reduce voltage oscillation to only 2 to 3%. They are especially suitable for use in extremely sensitive equipment, electronics, computers, lighting, hi-fis, etc. So it should not be recommended for use with particularly aggressive devices such as welding machines, nor in construction work sites, as dust, dirt and stones can damage them. Genergy equipment. Once we have selected the type of generator, the power we need and the quality of current for our needs, various options will be open to us. It is essential to guarantee the highest quality we can to ensure that our customers feel they're getting representative quality for the money spent. Alternators wound with 100% copper, which guarantees greater longevity and better current quality during the generator's lifetime. Genergy engines with Euro 5 homologation for easy starting in all situations, including low temperatures. They include protection in case of lack of oil, guaranteed power, reliability and longevity. As standard, we include the electric starter with battery in all models above 3 kilowatts of power, and remote control starts in some versions while maintaining competitive prices. Digital displays for monitoring all generator parameters, frequency, voltage, hours of use, fuel level, and warnings for proper maintenance. AVR, SVR or inverter voltage regulation on all our generators so that your most sensitive equipment is always protected. In our transport kit, Genergy uses oversized puncture-proof wheels and top quality materials. Reinforced frames. All our generators are assembled on robust frames with anti-corrosion treatment and with an oversized support silencer block that reduces and absorbs vibration, also guaranteeing greater reliability. Genergy services. Do not forget to promote the service bonuses that we offer at Genergy. As with the previous equipment mentioned above, highlighting all these services can be a determining factor in a customer's decision to buy from your facility. customer support in real time to solve doubts that your customers may have. They have our phone number or email to consult with our experts to get the most professional answers and solutions. Home delivery of our generators at no extra cost, which allows them to work 100% of our catalogue references and guarantee deliveries anywhere in the peninsula in 24 to 72 hours. Optional factory startup, if requested by the customer. The generator can be delivered to the customer's home or point of sale with the commissioning done. 2-year premium warranty with on-site service included for pickup and delivery of your generator. 100% of spare parts in stock with immediate delivery in 24 to 72 hours throughout Spain. Direct after-sales telephone service with the customer to assist with any type of incident. At Genergy, we understand that your job is not to repair generators. That's why all our equipment includes direct contact with our customer service department. Final selection. Having clarified the previous doubts, we will find some products that meet all our needs, and each of them at its level of the range will have the best quality or price or equipment or service ratio in the market. Here, the customer will make a final decision considering their budget and the suitability of the product according to how they will use the unit. We always recommend having a Genergy catalogue at the point of sale, since 90% of the available solutions will not be physically on your shelves. You can also visit our website www.genergy.es, where you will find technical data sheets, manuals, exploded views, photos, videos, and all the necessary information for each generator. Remember that our area delegates are at your disposal for any clarification in real time, and that you can also ask for technical or commercial support from 7 AM to 1 PM from Monday to Friday at 941 152 733. Startup. Now that we have our Genergy generator, we're going to start it up. First, we will proceed to remove the generator from its box and place it on a firm and stable base. We will also check and order all the accessories for the assembly, such as wheels, handles, tools, and the user manual. We then proceed to the assembly of the wheels and handles in the models that require them. Next, we put oil in the engine. How much oil you need is indicated in the manual. This is dependent on the size of the engine. Normally it will be a standard SAE 10W30 oil for gasoline engines. The oil level should cover half of the thread of the inlet port for optimum performance. Both an excess or deficiency in the oil level will not allow it to start or even shut it down preventively. Once the oil is in, we will put the fuel, 95 octane gasoline, in and pour it through the inlet filter to avoid rubbish from entering the tank. Remember to wait 15 minutes after turning off the generator before refueling. It should never be done with the generator running. Once the equipment is refueled, we will open the gasoline stopcock to the engine. This is only for models with electric startup potential. We will connect the battery terminals. In all Genergy generators, the positive and negative poles are indicated or differentiated by colours to avoid confusing them. Once the battery is connected, we will turn on the generator from the main switch from off to on, and the generator will now be ready to start. Immediately before starting, we will close the air inlet from the starter lever. This will produce a richer fuel mixture and will facilitate the initial start. Once closed, we will start it with a manual puller or with the switch or ignition key if it's electric. After a few seconds, we will take the starter lever to the initial position, letting it breathe, and we will make sure that after a few seconds the engine is stabilised and the generator will be ready to work. When we've finished, we turn off the generator simply by turning the main switch to the off position. And we must remember that both at the startup and shutdown phases, there should be no appliances connected to the generator. If you have any doubts or problems during the starting of your generator, please contact our customer service team and we'll be happy to help you. Remember, we're going to sell a lot of generators in the coming years. If you're not sure about how to entirely satisfy your customers' needs, don't worry. Let's work together to ensure a successful operation. Let us work knowing that all problems are opportunities to build customer loyalty. Your customers need to receive full attention to help with any problems. A satisfied customer is the best business tool. Help us to improve by telling us your problems or needs. This information is vital for us to continue improving things that we may be currently overlooking. At Genergy, we're fortunate to have you on our team, and we will always be grateful for the trust and effort you put in to selling our products. Thank you very much.